Preston here with Landis, and today I want to look at a contact center update that is coming out in early August. What we're looking at today is not a complete list of all the features and fixes that are being rolled out, but I wanted to highlight a few of them here. If you want to see the complete list, there is a link in the video below this video where you can see the release notes. The first thing we're going to talk about is the IVR. We have a voice to route option being added to the IVR. And what this can enable is listen to tone and listen for voice at the same time. So if your menu says for sales, press 1 or say sales. For 2, press 2 or say support. It can listen for that caller's voice and also for the tone at the same time. And so it gives them those options. This can be added to your existing IVRs as an option that you toggle on, or obviously added to any new IVRs you create. Now, automatic callbacks is the next feature I want to talk about. This fully builds out that callback feature to allow for callback in the order received. And so what this does is if a caller selects to receive a callback, it will slot them in line with where they would have been answered or in their place in line. And when it's their turn to be connected to an agent, the system will connect to the agent first and then create that outbound call as soon as the agent connects, and then so the caller is not waiting on the agent when they answer the call. This can be enabled in the queues, and let me actually jump over into the contact center portal. I'm going to go to queues, and let's hop into one. One of the things you'll notice is callback is added as a tab in the queue setup. When you go to callback, you can first of all enable the callback feature and then the automatic callback. And then you select what queue it's going to be calling out of by the resource account and some other settings there as well. So that's how you enable it. If you have any questions about that, we certainly have good documentation, but you can also contact our support if you'd like to discuss more how that works and make sure that's configured correctly. Action rules are about the wallboard. So in the wallboard, you can set up action rules so that it changes colors for any one of the blocks. Now there was some limitation as far as which metrics were able to be triggering these action items. One of the things that I know was answered is length of time in queue. So if the longest call in queue hits 2 minutes, you can turn that block bright red in order to draw attention to it. But any one of the metrics that are on the wallboards now have those action items available. And there's a little bit better UI as far as changing those settings. So certainly take a look at that if you're using wallboards. And if you're not and you have questions about them, we'd be glad to answer those as well. Reporting saw a few upgrades. We split out the queue versus direct call columns in the agent summary report. This is a way that organizations may want to categorize to be able to figure out how many calls are coming in or going out versus queue versus direct in the summary reports. And so we added that level of detail. The other thing we added, and I'll show this, in the summary reports, whether it's queue or agent or IVR, we added a total at the bottom. So if you have a report, and let me hop over to the reports. I'm going to go into the queue summary. You have a report that's filtered to show multiple queues. In this case, now we have this summary totals at the bottom for those different columns, including an average that creates an average across all of the queues or items that it's showing. So this, if you're tracking multiple things, it just gives you an easy way to see that total right in the system. User delegated SaaS tokens. This is about the recording storage on the Azure. So if you're storing it on storing recordings on your own Azure, there's a new way to connect to that storage. It's a more secure way, and we'd certainly be glad to discuss it. The existing way is not changing. You're allowed to continue using that, but we've added and upgraded a more secure process. If you're looking for that specifically, you can talk to us about that. Rona Timeout. So Rona, or short for Reroute on No Answer, is a feature we rolled out in the last update, and we were listening to our clients that have implemented it, and they had some feedback, and so we made it better. We added ability to set a timeout on it, and actually, let me go in the queue level is where you set this, and it's in the exception handling section. There's this reroute on no answer enabled checkbox. Before, when you would check it, it would turn it on, but this is what's added here below. It adds a minimum alert time before it activates this. So you could say that if a caller calls somebody and it alerts the agent for 5 seconds, that doesn't count as one to kick them out of available status. You're going to let it go for the full alert time or let it go for a certain amount of seconds. If you leave this empty, it's going to default to the alert timeout on the queue. So if you have it set to alert agents for 20 seconds before moving on to the next agent, this will be set for 20 seconds automatically as well. All right, we have a feature that allows switching back and forth from different orgs in the Teams app. This is going to affect more your admins or partners that are switching back and forth. Maybe you have a demo tenant set up, and then you have another live in production, and so you can test things. This gives them the ability to switch back and forth without logging in and logging out. Web chat continues to see some upgrades. We added a privacy message, and this is a checkbox that is required in order to continue and connect to an agent for your clients when they click on the web chat. This can be a privacy notice. This could even have a link to your privacy documentation if you need them to agree to the terms that you have in your privacy settings. So it makes that available as well. We added some improvements around the multi-region routing. Facebook support is added, and this is in private preview. So if there is a requirement for or a want to have chat available on your Facebook page that they can click on and be connected to an agent, just like a web chat from a website, that is now available. It's in private preview, which what that means is contact us and we'll enable it for your tenant. So it's not just rolled out globally. You just let us know if it's something that you'd be interested in, and we can enable that. And then the Unify model, that is also an example of something that's in private preview right now. It's based on the Azure Communication Services APIs that Microsoft rolled out. They called it Teams Phone Extensibility at Enterprise Connect this year. It is now referred to as the Unify model. At the time, early in Q3 here, we are the only provider that I know of that has it available in their product. We continue to add features and functions around the Unify model. It does particularly well with the AI workloads, so it's very quick at connecting, and we'd be glad to discuss its capabilities. We do think that in the future, especially with Microsoft pushing that type of integration for some of their other projects, that we'll see some more features and it'll become more and more beneficial to have that model. The beauty of how we're rolling this out is we allow you to decide when is the right time to start having your queues be powered by the Unify model versus the Extend. The Extend model is what we currently have fully rolled out. So that gives you the option that whenever it becomes the right time, you can switch over to it. All right, that's the list I wanted to go through today. Once again, feel free to look at our release notes for a full list of all the things that were rolled out. And also, at any point, if any of these you want some clarity on, feel free to contact either our support or contact one of us in sales. We'd be happy to discuss it further with you. Thanks for watching today.